You are not Gordon Ramsay. It's okay, as long as it tastes good. You put in the garlic, you put in the onions, here are some prebiotics, you got some vegetables, you're getting some fiber that's promoting good health, decreasing inflammation, helping you manage your weight because of all that fiber that's filling you up. I think it's a win-win situation, right? So you really want to be focused on increasing those fruits and vegetables. I really feel very passionate about this. If I can help one person increase their fruits and vegetables, I think I've done my job. Honest to goodness. So another way to get your veggies in is to add them to sauces. They add richness and texture. So, think carrots, squash, turnips, leafy greens. Get those incorporated. Use a blender or a food processor or an immersion blender and try to get in those cooked vegetables. You can use the microwave to cook them up real quick. It does not have to be a chore. You could do a little bit of meal prep over the weekend. That's a little bit of a more advanced technique if you're interested in meal prepping, but just as long as you have the ingredients in the kitchen, you are able to do this, okay? Now, another way to get in more fruits and vegetables is blending them into smoothies. And smoothies don't have to be for breakfast. They can be for snack. They can be in the afternoon after you finish a workout. And I would love for you to go on my website, www.mynutritiondesign.com. My latest blog has some links to some really great smoothie recipes. As many of you know, I do a lot of research around these recipes. Not all of them are mine, but I do spend some time really researching and looking at recipes that I feel, I've tested a lot of them. I've tried them. Pretty much all of them I've tried myself, and they are absolutely delicious. And they've got a really nice balance, right, of good flavor and nutrients and fiber and what you really need to keep you full, but also to give you all those nutrients that'll help your immunity and your blood pressure and your gut. So get on my website and check out my latest blog. There are some hyperlinks there to some recipes, one of them being the smoothie recipes. I think you will like that. Another idea that I have that I tell my private clients and my patients at the hospital where I work is to set out a crudité platter, in the morning, and everything can come in a bag. You don't have to do anything. Set a nice platter out. Put it in the middle of your kitchen island or your table. Especially if you're working from home and you're there all the time, you're bound to go to the kitchen for a glass of water or something. So make it a habit of just grabbing some carrots or some broccoli florets or whatever you have on the table, okay? Just because it's there. If it's out of sight, it's out of mind. But if it's within reach, you will probably grab it, right? So if you had like a whole bag of chips, you probably would finish that if it was right in front of you. Now, if you had a whole bunch of vegetables on a platter and, on the kitchen table and you were going back and forth between the kitchen and the office and maybe running errands around the house, you might just grab a couple of handfuls of vegetables, and that is all you need to get started, people. Okay, really important. Another huge favorite of mine, and people who know me know I absolutely love Trader Joe's. They are a game changer for very busy people, and the quality at Trader Joe's is amazing. Okay, and I think their prices are decent for what they are offering. Okay, so they have a lot of pre-cut vegetables that are ready to be steamed in the microwave. I mean, that's the simplest form. I literally do this at least 3 times a week in my household. Okay, they have a cauliflower broccoli blend. They have the broccoli, just broccoli in and of itself. They have cauliflower. They have so many different vegetables, green beans. You can saute them, of course, with a little bit of garlic. They're all pre-trimmed, pre-cut, high quality. Absolutely smashing, right? They also have these little veggie kits, and it was on my newsletter, my last newsletter, this Brussels sprout veggie kit, where it literally takes 3 minutes. They've pre-chopped all the Brussels sprouts, literally. They have a little sachet of hazelnuts and a little sachet, of Parmesan. And what you do is you need a frying pan or a skillet, a little bit of olive oil, and you just toast the hazelnuts, put them on the side, saute the Brussels sprouts that are already pre-cut into little pieces. It takes 2 minutes. And then you just incorporate the vinaigrette, which is really this big. They're not they're not giving you like a ton of vinaigrette for that extra flavor and the lemon and a little bit of fat. You add the Parmesan cheese, you add the hazelnuts. It is one of my absolutely favorite sides from Trader Joe's, okay? So check out that Brussels sprout kit. And if you receive my newsletter, you have a picture of that right on there. And if you want my newsletter, you can actually go on my website and drop your name and your email address so we can stay connected through the newsletter, where I provide lots of recipes and great information. So please check that out. Now, another really great idea that I found was a savory oatmeal. Most people are thinking hot oatmeal, microwaved oatmeal, overnight oats, right? Well, I'm saying, how about a savory oatmeal? I saw this amazing recipe. Again, I believe the link is in my blog, on my website, but it was a savory oatmeal where you're adding onions, you're adding mushrooms, you're adding spinach to the oats. I mean, this could even be a snack, quite frankly. You can make a huge batch. You can leave it in the fridge. You can heat up a portion, maybe mid-afternoon if you're busy. It is an absolutely delightful recipe. And you can do it the way you want to. You can just maybe, if you feel that the recipe isn't conducive to what you want to do, you can always switch it around a little bit. But I thought the recipe was great. So I really highly recommend that, maybe even for breakfast or lunch or even dinner or snack. If it's a snack, it just has to be a smaller portion, okay? So there are different ways to boost these gut-friendly, immune-friendly, weight-friendly foods into our diet. So I really, really challenge all of you to try to get in vegetables into your diet and fruits. Fruits are a little easier for people, but these vegetables I find are really much harder for folks, right? So really would love to see people getting in more of those vegetables. So if you are doing 2 or 3, let's hit 5, and if you're doing 5 already, let's hit 7 or 8. Now, one last factor to consider with regards to immunity and weight management is water. Okay, water, you've probably heard me say this a million times, but water is key. Hydration is key. It actually boosts your energy, right? So you're not fatigued. That's number 1. It helps with your skin, honest to goodness. It helps keep you full. Oftentimes we are thirsty and not hungry. Okay, so if you're not hydrated properly, you might misconstrue thirst as hunger, and you might be eating when you're actually thirsty, and you don't need those extra calories, right? Because you're thirsty, so you should be drinking. So really promoting good, hydration on a regular basis is absolutely key. And it's also very important in helping to support your immune system. And why is that? Because you need water to transport nutrients to various organs in the body, and that assures that you are clearing the body out of these foreign invaders and the waste matter that needs to move out of your body. So water is really, really important in that regard as well. So rule of thumb with regards to liquid, because people have asked me, is it really 8 cups of water a day? And when we say cups, we need 8-ounce cups. Well, you want to drink half of your weight in ounces of water. So if you weigh about 150 pounds, you want to drink about 75 ounces of water, which equals to a little over 9 8-ounce cups of water per day. So you really want to stay hydrated. I really, really implore people to try to consider adding more water to their daily diets. It is very, very important. Water and vegetables. I think this should be my mission. Water and vegetables. Are you getting enough water and vegetables in your diet? And how can I help you do that? Super important. If you forget everything, don't forget this. Water and vegetables. Bottom line, food is medicine, people. Food is medicine, which is why I got into this field. Honestly, because I do believe in that. I think food is very powerful. I think food has the ability to not only obviously bring people together, it brings joy, it brings pleasure, but it is a foundational piece in one's health, right? So we want to promote more plants, more, legumes, more heart healthy fats. It's okay to have a little bit of processed food or candy or dessert. Again, the intention here is not to tell you never to have dessert. That is not the intention. The intention is patterns of eating, right? It's not one single food or a superfood or one single thing. It is, we are complex beings. So, the answer is complex. It's not simple. It's not just one thing or another. And that's why it takes time, because it takes time for people to change habits, right? So you want to put one foot in front of the other. I'd love for you to consider the things we've discussed today. It will help promote immunity. Okay, the foods and the lifestyle patterns that I described today will help promote immunity, but it'll also help promote weight management. So those things, in my opinion, go hand in hand. The reasons for depressed immunity or struggles with weight management, I think, are very similar, and the solutions are very similar as well. So you are heading two birds with one stone if you are to consider what we discussed today. And I am hoping that you do. And again, this takes time, patience. You need to be gentle with oneself. You cannot do everything in one day or 1 month. I really ask people to choose one or two things. Okay, one or two things and work on that. And if that is adding maybe one or two vegetables every 2 weeks, then so be it. Do that. Try to add that fruit or vegetable to your daily diet, or maybe twice a week. Maybe that's a more reasonable goal. You will certainly get there if you put in the time, if you put in the effort, and if you take it step by step. Remember, Rome was not built in a day. I hope you've enjoyed today's live. So until then, I'd love for you to visit my website, get on my blog, read all that great information that I have there for you. We can stay connected via email if you have any questions or concerns at voula@mynutritiondesign.com. And again, don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter, which is there's a page right on my website to do that. And please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and sign up for notifications so you can enjoy more content like this. So until next week, I bid you adieu to your health and to great food always.